Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar. Then we'll go through the UK Met Office run, have a look at the 5-day precipitation and temperature, as we do have more unsettled conditions coming over the next few days. We have some light to moderate rain in the south today. We've got a lot of showers coming over the next 2 or 3 days, and then we'll have a look at the longer range, i.e. 5 to 10 day time frame. Look at the GFS, GM and ECMWF and of course their ensembles, as it does look like we're seeing this continued trend that we have been talking about in the videos recently of it warming up. It does look like temperatures will get to around or above average over the next few days. By the end of this coming working week, we could be seeing areas back into the low 20s. Proper decent spring-like early summer sort of conditions. No heat wave, that is not on the cards at all, but above average conditions, i.e. high teens widely, getting around 22, 23 degrees in some areas with higher levels of sunshine. So we'll have a look at that in the second half of the video. Just do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. So if you do start on the live radar, you can see we do have quite a big area of light to moderate rain. Now, it's quite drizzly under some of this with big thick cloud and light rain generally, but there have been some heavier pulses, especially in the far southwest, and we have seen some heavier outbreaks across Ireland in terms of shower activity as well, more showery rain. Now, it hasn't spread further eastwards, so some areas through East Anglia, the East Midlands, up towards the northeast haven't seen a lot of rain from this bad. Most areas further westward, though, have seen a millimetre or two, and some have seen as much as 5 to 10 millimetres. So it's not an exceptional amount of rain, but it's enough to sort of, for some areas, get out of this dry spell we've had recently, where we've had to have minimal rain over the last couple of weeks. It should spread southwards and clear over the coming hours, and by tomorrow we will see sunshine and showers. Of course, Europe, you see heavy showers and thunderstorms outbreak. So it's turning a little bit more unsettled. Nothing crazy, as I said, but just a little bit more with shower activity. So we do now have a look at the 24-hour precipitation, just to see where we have seen the precipitation over the course of the last 24 hours or so. So you can see generally it's through the west. Heaviest rain in the far southwest of England, through Wales, eastern parts of Ireland, Northern Ireland, and parts of the northwest, Scotland as well. But most areas around here have seen rain. It's, as I said, the far northeast, through East Anglia, East Midlands, and the far southeast have seen minimal precipitation. Some showing up, but not a lot really, maybe just enough to cover the ground a little bit wet, but nothing crazy. We do need the rain. Hopefully though, over the coming days we will see showers, so most areas will see a decent amount of rain this week in terms of not anything dangerous or any flooding or anything, but enough to give a bit of saturation to the ground. So do have a look at the temperatures. Hasn't been particularly great today with thick cloud. You can see the best temperatures further northwards and eastwards, where we haven't seen the precipitation. Under the precipitation, you see more of these blues coming in, more around low teens, around sort of 10 to 12 degrees. Further eastwards and northwards, some yellows mixing in, so getting up towards 15, 16 degrees or so, so around or slightly below average for the majority today. But those temperatures will be climbing over the coming days, as we'll see with the UK Met Office run. So we do run onto that UK Met Office run, have a look at the precipitation and temperature over the next 5 days. If we do start on precipitation, you can see the precipitation this afternoon running southwards, quite slow moving this evening, especially for the far southwest, but it does eventually clear for all areas. Pretty cloudy at the start of Monday, but things do turn a little bit more sunny for some. Nothing too crazy in terms of sunshine amounts, quite a lot of cloud around, but there will be some sunny outbreaks. But where we see those sunny outbreaks, we could see shower activity increase. Again, don't really want to say exact areas because it won't play out exactly like this, but it does look like there will be some convergence zones, perhaps in the southwest, southern parts of Wales, through the Midlands, northern England into Scotland and Republic of Ireland. So all areas have the risk of showers tomorrow, but these areas where you see the showers on the UK Met Office run have the highest risk, let's just say. So if you are seeing showers on this, doesn't mean you're not going to see anything, just lower chance. Beyond that, through Monday evening, showers continue through central areas, and then by Tuesday we see more showers, more heavier and bigger showers, especially further westwards. Potentially some more persistent rain in the far northwest. Patchy but more persistent perhaps, and for central southern England, seeing these heavy showers move through, maybe thundery through Tuesday afternoon into the evening. Quite a bit of cloud around, but should clear a little bit for Wednesday, and then, as I said, widespread sunshine and showers, some thundery showers as well. And this is why I say, if you are in the Far East, don't be too worried if you haven't seen any rain over the last sort of 12 to 24 hours, as it's likely we will see showers get there over the coming few days. Beyond that, those showers do clear, and we see some more persistent rain in the north, and then more showers outbreak on Thursday. Could be quite heavy and thundery, in fact, with these, but those temperatures are rising, and that's why these showers are coming bigger and heavier and potentially more thundery as we move through the end of the week. Hopefully, though, things will settle down a little bit more as higher pressure does build in, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a massive high pressure fest. It does look like, even though those temperatures will be on the up, there will continue to be a risk of showers for most. So if we do have a look at those 2 meter temperatures, you'll be able to see it does just gradually climb over the course of the next 5 days. So you can see this afternoon widely 10 or 9, 10 to 12 degrees, maybe 14, 15 in Scotland and the far northeast and East Anglia, where we've seen the cloud not be as thick and not as much precipitation. Through Monday, you see those temperatures climbing a little bit milder, perhaps 15, 16 degrees across the Midlands, North England, parts of Southern Ireland as well. Widely, though, 12 to 14 degrees. If we do move to Tuesday, you'll see not too cold overnight. Overnight frosts are being cut out. We did see a few last week and over the last few days, but they are going away now as we do have milder upper air temperatures and, of course, more mixing of the air. And by Tuesday, maybe 16, 17 degrees in the far south. Further northwards, close to low pressure, perhaps a little bit chillier, only 8 to 10 degrees. And whenever we do see cloud, it is still early May, so we can still see cooler temperatures. But when we see that sunshine come out, we will see temperatures really respond. And by Wednesday, perhaps more widespread 16, 17, 18 degrees. Quite a few, even into parts of Scotland, Ireland, and Northern Ireland as well. By Thursday, those temperatures could really climb, and you see across widespread areas of England, we are seeing temperatures get up towards 19, 20, maybe 21 degrees across East Anglia and the far southeast in the London area. Well, we see more showers further northwards and westwards, perhaps 14, 15 degrees. But as I said, on Thursday afternoon, where we see those warmer temperatures, that could trigger a few thunderstorms. So that is something we do need to keep an eye on. But warmer temperatures, and that's one thing I can say for certainty, is that those temperatures will be rising over the coming days. Precipitation, though, will still be on the cards, unfortunately. So if you are looking for dry, warm weather, it does look like we'll see one of those things, warmer conditions, but completely dry, probably not. We will see a lot of showers around. There will be some dry days around, of course, for some, but there will be showers around for quite a few. And I'll be surprised if anywhere over the next sort of week gets away without seeing a heavier shower. If we have a look at those upper air temperatures, right at the end of the run, you can see why those temperatures are climbing, getting towards 5, 6, 7 degrees at 850 HPA in the far south, as warmer air is wafting up from the south for the end of this coming week. So do have a look at the mid-range, have a look at the GFS, GM, ECMWF and the Ensembles, just to show those warming conditions. Now you can see we do have a bit of an isolated trough over the top. It doesn't look anything crazy, but you can just see we're not quite under the centre of the high, and more it's little yellows mixing in there. So slightly lower pressure, bit of a trough, that's giving these unsettled conditions. You can see over the coming days, high pressure is around. That's nice, not completely washout conditions with big weather fronts, but a lot of showers around because we are still close to low pressure. We're kind of in between weather systems, not fully high pressure, but not fully low pressure. So sort of dry for some, but showery for others. That continues towards the end of the week, before by Thursday, Friday, we see high pressure building in. So that's why I said it's likely to turn drier, but not completely dry. Towards the weekend, high pressure is in control, wafting up air from the far south. So warm air coming up for next weekend into early hours of next week, early part of next week. And then beyond that, we do see low pressure run in, potentially seeing a cut-off low but beyond day 10. So this is getting into the longer range beyond day 10, so it's quite uncertain. This is why I said warmer temperatures over the next 5 to 10 days, because beyond that, as we can see by this run, it's going much chillier and more unsettled. This would be really showery and thundery as well, because there is warmer air mixing in with this big low pressure system could be very unsettled with this cut-off low. This would be proper sort of summer killer weather, where it just destroys any chances of any warmer conditions. We keeping temperatures in the mid-teens max, with loads of clouds, showers, windy conditions, really quite horrible for summer. Like, it would be like autumnal, wintry, like in terms of conditions, with rain, wind, and clouds. Really not nice right at the end of this of this GFS run. However, right at the end of the run, we do see high pressure return with a southerly wind, so turning things much hotter, perhaps with some really warm upper air conditions. If we do have a look at the upper air temperatures over the next couple of weeks, you can see not too bad over the coming days, around a few degrees above freezing at 850 HPA, but it's as we head towards the end of the week, we see that 5-degree isotherm move in, potentially a little bit warmer in the south. That is giving those temperatures to low 20s by the end of this working week into next weekend, and we see high pressure build in. With warm upper air temperatures, again, a chance of widespread high teens and widespread low 20s possibly. Again, all depends on cloud amounts and shower activity, which is something we can't say for certain until maybe a day or two out. Beyond that, low pressure does run in with that little cut-off low, and you see it does turn much more unsettled. And yes, we still don't have too bad in terms of upper air conditions, but it wouldn't feel that warm at all under there. And then right at the end of the run, we do see southerly winds starting to waft up the 15-degree isotherm, with give temperatures in the high 20s, maybe touching on 30 degrees if we did see that 15-degree isotherm get in. Very unlikely, again, right at the end of the run. So as I said, beyond that day 10 in the GFS, I wouldn't look at it too literally. One thing we should have a look at is the temperature deviation, of course. You can see that getting up towards sort of 6 to 10 degrees above average by the end of the run. But for the majority, when we see that warmer high pressure over the top of the UK, it's generally around 4 to 6 degrees above average, quite widely. So not too bad in terms of upper air conditions. So do have a look at the GM run, see how that does compare. Again, very similar with the cut-off low, or the little low pressure system developing, not a cut-off low. And then high pressure slowly building in by the end of the week and the weekend, quite warm under the high pressure. And right towards the end of the run, we do see low pressure potentially running in. But it's not a cut-off low, but it is this sort of northerly wind. Now, we've seen this quite consistently at day 10 from a lot of the models, so it has been something they've been trying to hint at. For the last 2 weeks, it hasn't got within the 7-day time frame. So I would take this with a pinch of salt, just simply because we have seen this chart repeatedly in terms of northerly winds, but it never quite comes off. We always see high pressure wind back, that high pressure out to our west, out towards our south, wind back in before this gets into the shorter time frame. So, as I said, it's a possibility, but I wouldn't look at it too literally. If we have a look at those upper air temperatures, again, milder conditions coming in, it's gradually increasing over the course of this week. Yes, perhaps some little chillier air masses coming in by Saturday, Sunday down the far east. But again, that's small little pockets of cold air that can very much disappear from the model output. So I wouldn't take those too literally. Generally, though, it is a warmer air mass for the weekend. And then beyond that, the low pressure does help to bring up even warmer air from the far south, 10-degree isotherm, but more unsettled conditions and potentially pulling in the 0-degree isotherm in. So it does look like warm coming up the next 7 days, or a warming trend. And beyond that, there is big uncertainty. Some, like the GFS, keeping things warm until day 10 and then developing a cut-off low, GM run having more of a northerly wind. Now, if both of these runs had very similar things at day 10, then perhaps we put a little more weight in it in the warm weather subsiding. But considering they've both got completely different scenarios, one having a northerly flow, one having a cut-off low to our south and our west, it just means that they both don't have really a clue after sort of 10 days. So again, that's why I say don't look at these charts too literally beyond day 10. So we do have a look at the ECMWF, see how that does compare. Interesting to see what it will show at day 10. Again, high pressure building in over the coming days, warmer weather by the weekend for all with higher pressure in complete control, and then right at the end, low pressure trying to run in from the Atlantic, but high pressure to our east trying to hold off, so it'd stay drier in the far south and east, more unsettled further northwards and westwards, and it'll be interesting to see which wins out. Again, completely different to the GM and the GFS, so once again, can't take too literally these day 10 charts. If we do have a look at the 850 HPA temperatures, one thing we do need to keep an eye on is we did see that sort of day 10 chart occur. It could bring up the winds from a southerly direction, fueling maybe a warmer air, but also could fuel some showers and thunderstorms. So that is something I do want to say if we do see that sort of high pressure to the east, low pressure to our west sort of pattern. It's very much a pattern we've seen before where it can give very sudden heat waves, especially in sort of June, July time. with putting up the 15-degree isotherm very quickly, giving you 30 degrees for a day or two, and then big thundery breakdown. So that is something you do need to keep an eye on, but as I said, it's at day 10, so I wouldn't look at it too literally. So we do have a look, high pressure building in warmer air masses by the end of this working week towards the weekend. A little bit chillier perhaps in the far northeast. Again though, warm air just to our south, so it could just correct out of the run nearer the time, but generally it's still quite warm, especially in the south. And you can see well established 7 to 8 degree isotherm in by early next week, and then as I said, we could start to drag up warm air from the south. You see the 10 degree isotherm gathering just towards France. Again, wouldn't give anything exceptional, but could give mid-20s possibly if we did see that. If we do look at the temperature deviation, though, you can see, again, 4 to 6 degrees above average for quite a period. So it's pretty decent. Yes, some chillier air perhaps trying to move in from the north, but that high pressure to our south looks like it is winning, and it looks like it continues to win over every time we see this run, every time we see one of these model gets run. So I do think definitely this high pressure is going to win out, and we are going to see this warmer, drier weather perhaps towards the weekend. But for the time being, it is quite unsettled in terms of shower activity, but on that warming trend. And we see that well reflected by the ensemble. So if we do start on the GFS, you can see chillier at the moment, trending much warmer, 5 degree temperature increase over the next 4 or 5 days, towards 5-6 degrees at 850 HPA, all the way from the 5th of May to around the 10th of May. So by day 10, and it's day 10 where we see the uncertainty. Some going much cooler, some going around average, and some staying much milder. So you can see the ensembles are well above average by a good 3-4 degrees from the 5th of May to around the 10th of May. But it's beyond that, around the 10th to the end of the run, we're around slightly below, slightly above average, with a lot of spread and more unsettled conditions. So a lot of uncertainty there. So that's why I said don't look at the operational runs too literally at day 10. As you can see, the ensembles haven't got a clue really either. You can see, though, while those temperatures are warming, you can see there is consistent smaller precipitation spikes, so convective potential. Not every day will everywhere see showers, but there will be showers most likely around every day over the coming week. Maybe not toward the end of the weekend, though, but that is 7 days away, and as I said, we can't look at precipitation too closely at that distance. So you can see towards next weekend a slight decrease in shower activity, but we'll have to see. But it would only be a couple of days while we have that high pressure sat directly over the top. If we do have a look at the, actually, we'll go back and have a look at the 2 meter temperatures as well. And you can see when we have these temperatures getting up towards 5 degrees at 850 HPA, you can see for London, widely getting towards 20 degrees. And again, locally, 22, 23 degrees is very possible. More widespread, especially around the south, it will be 19, 20 degrees. Perhaps northwards, further cooler with those air masses struggling to get further northwards, especially perhaps towards the weekend. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. If we do have a look at the ECMWF Ensembles, see if they do align, again, very similar in terms of warming trend to around 4 or 5 degrees at 850 HPA by the 5th of May. Some going cooler a bit earlier than the GFS, so returning to around or slightly above average from around maybe the 7th, 8th of May, so maybe a day or two earlier. But actually in the longer term, there's more certainty from the ECMWF Ensembles there's going to be above average conditions. So that sort of northerly flow we saw from the GM run, less likely from the ECMWF Ensembles with above average temperatures in the longer term. Yes, some cooler runs and quite a few unsettled runs, more precipitation spikes in the longer term, but it's nothing crazy. It's not like massive deluges, but most likely just enhanced shower activity and maybe some thundery showers as well. So it does look like warming conditions are very likely now. What we've been talking about the last couple of days definitely does look like it's going to be happening. We're going to be seeing those temperatures rise, and it's pretty likely we see some areas towards the end of this working week into the weekend have a few days of widespread low 20s, 21, 22 degrees, and for most areas getting up towards the high teens with some sunshine around. Only caveat is there will be some showers and thunderstorms. So it's not completely dry weather, but it is dry for quite a few, and we will see warmer conditions with those upper air temperatures increasing. So it's better weather than what we have at the moment in terms of, even though it's been dry, it has been chilly with frosts, and that does look like it's going to be completely eliminated over the coming days. So hopefully we do see some quite widespread pleasant conditions, and it does look like it's quite likely now that we at least see a few days of warmer weather. As I said, longer term, 7 to 10 day time frame, there is some big uncertainty, so we'll have a look at that over the course of the next few days. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.